Kobe Bryant was known for numerous infidelities, having deceived Vanessa through several affairs. It's not about me sitting here, filled with regret, reflecting on my wrongdoings of cheating. Unfortunately, that wasn't an isolated incident. Vanessa has recently unveiled bombshell claims, revealing Kobe's repeated indiscretions throughout their marriage. These startling revelations are altering perceptions of the iconic figure. Let's explore the specifics. The concealed secrets of Kobe are unveiled. It appears that Kobe Bryant was not the pristine icon that many assumed. Recent discoveries reveal a starkly different narrative about him and his seemingly flawless union. Vanessa is now voicing her thoughts, and a significant portion relates to his infidelities, starting with the incident that sparked his notorious 2003 legal troubles. Imagine it's 2003, and Kobe Bryant is soaring at the zenith of his career. He's the beloved star of the Lakers, happily wed to his high school sweetheart, Vanessa, seemingly living in a storybook dream. Yet, behind the glitz of championships and the facade of joy, turmoil was brewing that would challenge their very values. In June of that year, Kobe made a trip to Eagle, Colorado for what was supposed to be a straightforward knee operation. However, the outing would morph into one of the most examined events in sports when 19-year-old hotel staffer at the Cordillera Lodge accused him of sexual assault, igniting a series of events that forced Vanessa to make a decision that would shape her character for all time. The real test lies in understanding your character while facing such trials, both personally and as a family unit. For the Lakers organization and my teammates, it was an exceptionally tough situation, forcing us to look deep within ourselves as we navigated multiple challenges simultaneously, all while striving to make sense of the chaos. The individual making allegations was an aspiring singer who had participated in auditions for American Idol but failed to progress. At that time, she was on antipsychotic medication for her schizophrenia and had endured mental health issues, including 2 suicide attempts in high school. On June 30th, 2003, she claimed that Kobe had invited her to tour the hotel, which led to his room where what began as consensual kissing escalated into violence. Sure, why not head over to Eagle, Colorado? It's a place where I chatted with many folks, and it's quite fascinating. Do I believe Kobe had an affair with her? Absolutely. Did he see himself as being unfaithful to her? Not at all. The plaintiff claims that Kobe reportedly choked her, positioned her over a chair, removed her underwear, and penetrated her against her will for around 5 minutes, disregarding her continuous pleas and leaving her in tears. She promptly informed a colleague that Kobe had assaulted her, looking profoundly traumatized. The medical findings were incriminating. A sexual assault nurse examiner discovered several vaginal tears, including 2 measuring 1 centimeter and others at 2 millimeters, alongside bruising on her neck and jaw indicative of being choked. 3 small bloodstains on Kobe's t-shirt were found to match her DNA, implausible due to menstruation, as her cycle had occurred 2 weeks earlier. When law enforcement first interrogated Kobe, he rejected any claims of sexual interaction, but when faced with compelling evidence, he acknowledged the encounter, asserting it was consensual. Most astonishing was his reference to a practice he termed choking during intercourse. Although he couldn't specify the intensity used, he nonchalantly noted that he had engaged in this with other partners, excluding his wife. During the inquiry, Kobe revealed a prior affair with a woman named Michelle, describing comparable sexual behaviors. This offhand remark wasn't a mere mistake. It signaled a consistent history of affairs that had persisted since the early days of his union with Vanessa. Kobe's mention of Michelle hinted at a troubling perspective. He appeared to regard such liaisons as ordinary, almost habitual. No discernible remorse or awareness that talking about another woman while under investigation for assault could raise concerns was evident. The issue in this relationship revolved around Shaq. He, mentioned to the authorities that Shaq was constantly fooling around, and that news reached Shaq, which created quite a stir. Even more telling was Kobe's remark to the authorities that Shaquille O'Neal is always engaging in affairs. This comment shed light on the prevailing atmosphere of cheating that permeated some NBA environments, a society where infidelity was not merely accepted, but seemingly anticipated among top athletes. Over time, certain individuals started to surface linked to Kobe's supposed disloyalty, revealing a narrative of repeated treachery that surpassed casual flings. Among the most well-known rumored liaisons was with Playboy model Jessica Burciaga. Although both individuals denied the claims, speculation lingered, fueled by reports from those in the NBA who asserted they had direct insights. The association with Burciaga transcended mere celebrity chatter. It hinted at liaisons with women from the modeling and showbiz realms. Actress Annalyn was also speculated to have had ties with Kobe while he was still married. The link to Hollywood was especially harmful, as it implied Kobe's indiscretions extended beyond just fleeting encounters. They likely included well-known personalities from his more extensive social and professional networks. The most startling claim regarding the extent of Kobe's unfaithfulness emerged from sources indicating he had been with as many as 105 different women during his marriage. Although this particular figure remains unverified, The conversations around it among those familiar with the events highlight the seriousness of his ongoing betrayal. What made the situation even more painful was how Vanessa discovered the truth. Reports indicate that it was other wives in the NBA, known as basketball wives, who revealed her husband's unfaithfulness to her. The calculated nature of Kobe's indiscretions brought about dire repercussions that extended well beyond mere emotional hurt. The most sorrowful result was Vanessa's miscarriage in 2005, which Kobe ultimately admitted was a consequence of the stress stemming from his controversies. In his 2015 film, Kobe emotionally revealed, "We were anticipating our second baby at that moment, and the weight of it was overwhelming. She ended up miscarrying. The truth is, it occurred due to me. That's a burden I'll always hold. It was primarily a frustration as it drained the life from everything around us." He would fly to his ego, return for games, head back to his ego, then jet back to games again, arriving late and checking in during the second quarter. The structured pattern of Kobe's unfaithfulness is clearer when considering the logistics at play. Accounts hint that he devised tactics to engage in these liaisons while on the road for games, using team travel and hotel accommodations as chances for his extramarital affairs. The emotional toll on Vanessa during this time is significant. She grappled with constant betrayal while striving to project an image of marital bliss to the public. The impact of these revelations was immense, leading to her anguish and miscarriage in 2005, a tragic outcome that Kobe would later admit was his responsibility. The timing and surroundings of these affairs add to their shock. The incident in Colorado took place in 2003, just 2 years after their wedding, with Vanessa being only 21 and expecting their first child. The persistent infidelity throughout the 2000s meant she faced a continual wave of betrayal during a time that ought to have been filled with joy in their relationship. The scandal shed light on a troubling aspect of Kobe's capacity for compartmentalization. He was able to openly profess his affection for Vanessa while secretly engaging with several other women. This degree of deceit demanded not just physical betrayal, but also emotional and psychological manipulation that deeply impacted their union. By 2011, the burden of these persistent betrayals grew too heavy to bear. Vanessa enlisted private investigators who uncovered evidence of Kobe involved in what reports noted as a very recent affair, indicating that, in spite of their tumultuous history, including the 2003 scandal and its aftermath, Kobe had persisted in his infidelity throughout their marriage. These events would lay the groundwork for years of marital strife, familial disputes, and a looming divorce that jeopardized their life's achievements. Yet, this gradual treachery was merely the onset of the startling truths regarding the actual condition of the Bryant-Marley. The concealed conflicts within the family came perilously close to undoing everything. If you found Vanessa's acknowledgement of Kobe's infidelity to be shocking, the turmoil among their families would unfold as even more harrowing. The fairy tale union that mesmerized millions was, in reality, a battleground marked by family allegiance, cultural clashes, and vast wealth, resulting in rifts that could take decades to mend, if ever they truly did. We begin with a truth that many remain unaware of. Kobe's mother and father, Joe and Pam Bryant, not only opposed his union with Vanessa, but they also made efforts to block it. Their concerns extended beyond her supportiveness or the swiftness of their engagement. The underlying issue was significantly more disturbing and would foreshadow years of familial conflict. Allegedly, Joe Bryant struggled to come to terms with Kobe marrying outside of his race, with reports suggesting he harbored deep-seated issues regarding Vanessa's Latina background. When asked about his son's decision, Joe's reply was ice cold. It's his journey. We're not involved. This was more than mere disappointment. It was outright denial. The fallout was swift and harsh. Kobe's parents didn't merely express their dissent. They completely shunned his wedding. Imagine this scenario, a pivotal moment in Kobe's journey. At the time when he should have felt enveloped by affection and encouragement, his own parents opted to remain at home instead of celebrating their son's joy. My family and my parents never approved of my ex-wife. Not from the beginning. Not from the very start. Like, hello, this is her. Move her out of here. True. I wish I could just send her away. My mom sensed it right away. She was sure he wasn't the right match. But the family conflict escalated from there. It led to a lengthy separation that spanned years. Joe Bryant held off for 2 whole years before finally meeting his granddaughter Natalia, losing out on irreplaceable early memories. Consider this. A grandfather so entrenched in his disdain that he opted to forego witnessing his granddaughter's initial words, first strides, and early childhood milestones. At the same time, Vanessa confronted her own familial turmoil that would also be profoundly harmful. During their divorce in 2011, her stepfather branded her a gold digger, insinuating her reasons for marrying Kobe were solely monetary. This was more than mere tabloid chatter. A relative stepped forward, making claims that struck at the heart of her integrity. The conflict between Kobe and his parents escalated dramatically in 2013 when they chose to take an action that irreparably harmed their bond. Without Kobe's consent, Joe and Pam Bryant sought to sell his cherished memorabilia, which included artifacts from his high school days and the beginning of his NBA journey. These were unique treasures from his legacy. Championship rings, jerseys, and personal keepsakes symbolizing years of success. Kobe's reaction was immediate and involved the law. He took legal action against his parents to halt the auction, yet the rift in their relationship was beyond repair. In time, Joe and Pam released a public apology, stating, "We are sorry for any confusion and the hurt we've inadvertently caused our son." Sadly, the bond of trust was already broken. I could never again experience that level of pain when communication with my parents had ceased. It was tough, or should I say, not as dire as it sounds. I once had cash that wasn't real. My funds were a joke compared to genuine wealth. You know, Kobe had real assets, right? So, as you reflect, picture this. I'm thinking we could achieve that in a quarter of a year. Meanwhile, Vanessa was certainly voicing her concerns amid these family conflicts. In an unusual instance of public exasperation, she turned to Instagram to discuss the actions of the Bryant family. When your generosity is met with relentless demands at every turn, do you finally set a boundary? #pain, #shattered, #bewildered, #furious, #deeply, deeply upset, #counting her blessings. This wasn't merely a social media outburst. It was a woman who had invested years in fostering connections, only to witness them being destroyed time and again. The article uncovered several significant truths. Initially, it indicated that Vanessa had been providing financial assistance to Kobe's parents, despite their behavior towards her. Furthermore, it highlighted the emotional strain these family disputes were inflicting. Lastly, it illustrated that even someone as reserved as Vanessa had hit a limit, making silence untenable. Yet, the family turmoil continued. By 2020, mere months after Kobe's untimely passing, Vanessa encountered yet another shocking act of betrayal. This time, it was her own kin. Her mother, Sophia Lane, filed a lawsuit against her for $5 million, asserting that Kobe had guaranteed her lifelong financial support. The timing was heartbreaking. A mourning widow attempting to adjust to life without her husband while raising 4 daughters, now confronted by legal action from her own mother. Sophia Lane's allegations were broad and intensely personal, stating that she had been an unpaid nanny and aide for years, with the assurance that Kobe would care for her indefinitely. However, Vanessa's reaction was quick and clear-cut. She described it as manipulation and dismissed the allegations outright. The truly startling aspect of these family disclosures isn't merely the treacheries, but the insight into the untenable situation Vanessa faced during her union. She contended with in-laws who disapproved of her from the start, a stepfather who doubted her intentions, and ultimately a mother who would litigate against her in her most challenging times. The trend was evident. Vanessa found herself perpetually justifying her marriage, her family, and her decisions against criticism from those who ought to have been her most steadfast allies. She was battling on several levels. The public's judgment regarding Kobe's legal issues, personal disputes within the family that risked their unity, and the relentless challenge of maintaining a private life under public examination while shielding her kids. News just broke that Kobe Bryant's wife has filed for divorce. What are your thoughts? He must be feeling utterly devastated. I can only imagine how he's feeling. No prenuptial agreement. His squad is clearly out of sorts currently. Kobe ought to consider retirement. Incredible. His focus is clearly not on the game. Absolutely not. The divorce petition from 2011 provides further insight into the complexities of their family relationships. When Vanessa initiated the divorce, mentioning irreconcilable differences, some reports indicated that Kobe's persistent cheating played a role, alongside ongoing family tensions. The filing was especially surprising due to its timing and financial repercussions. Lacking a prenuptial contract meant that Vanessa could potentially claim half of Kobe's fortune, which was valued at around $75 million, in addition to several luxury properties. Radio hosts and sports analysts were left in disbelief upon hearing the news, with numerous individuals wondering how Kobe could concentrate on basketball amidst such a significant personal and financial turmoil. The divorce filing reverberated through the sports community, with many believing that this time, the marriage had reached its end. However, the most revealing element of the divorce was the insight it provided into the ongoing allegations of infidelity. Reports suggested that Vanessa had employed private detectives who had recently uncovered evidence of another affair involving Kobe. This wasn't merely a replay of past issues from 2003. This narrative focused on the continuous betrayals that ultimately drove Vanessa to her limit. Unnamed sources claimed Kobe had relations with several women, among them Playboy model Jessica Burciaga and actress Sanaa Lathan, though they both refuted these claims. The overwhelming tide of gossip and allegations depicted a man seemingly oblivious to his past errors. Picture striving to salvage a marriage while facing opposition from both branches of the family. During this tumultuous time, insiders informed TMZ that Vanessa felt belittled, not only due to Kobe's purported unfaithfulness, but also because of his family's persistent dismissal of her. Vanessa was engaged in a battle on several levels, contending with a husband who appeared incapable of loyalty and in-laws who had never embraced her. Yet, what makes her story even more extraordinary is this. Through the turmoil of family conflict, the treachery, the legal battles, and the public shame, she managed to mend not only her relationship with Kobe, but also to improve ties with certain family members. Their decision to halt the divorce in 2013 transcended merely fixing their union. It signified the establishment of boundaries designed to shield their family from harmful external forces. The familial conflicts that nearly tore apart Kobe and Vanessa's union illustrate a significant aspect of their bond. They discovered that at times, prioritizing one another entails standing against everyone else. Often, safeguarding a relationship means letting down those who profess to care for you. And frequently, the most formidable challenges to a marriage arise not from within, but from those who are expected to offer support. This ultimate revelation shifts everything. All our perceptions of Kobe and Vanessa Bryant's union were about to be reshaped by a devastating tragedy, one that would uncover the profound realities of their bond, insights that could only surface when it was too late to pose the crucial inquiries. On January 26, 2020, a helicopter went down near Calabasas, California, taking 9 lives, including those of Kobe and their 13-year-old daughter, Gianna. However, the consequences of this event would unveil truths about their marriage that surpassed the magnitude of any past scandal or familial discord. The first insight emerged from the investigation, as the NTSB concluded that the crash was due to the pilot's spatial disorientation amid fog, a tragic mishap during an ordinary journey to a youth basketball event. Yet, within the nuances of their concluding moments, there existed reflections of a union that had transformed well past the public controversies of their youth. I long for my husband's presence to share in this remarkable accolade. He and Gigi should have been present to celebrate this milestone. Gigi would have beamed with pride, seeing her father honored in the Basketball Hall of Fame. I am certain Kobe anticipated being part of this moment. He requested that the Hall of Fame specifically include a 6 ticket or Capri. His joy was palpable. Vanessa's Hall of Fame address disclosed an unexpected detail. Kobe had uniquely asked for a 6 ticket for their youngest daughter, Capri, who was just starting to walk. This wasn't solely about honoring family at the event. This story centers on a man who grasped the importance of treasuring what really counts, yearning for his entire family to be there for his ultimate recognition. Yet, an even more startling truth was on the horizon. In her sorrow, Vanessa started to disclose aspects of their intimate life that showcased an entirely different side of Kobe as a spouse and father. She explained that in spite of his hectic timetable, Kobe rose at 4 a.m. to train, returned home to greet her with a morning kiss, dropped their daughters off at school, attended practice, and would come back to collect them whenever his agenda permitted. I appreciate you rising at 4 a.m. to train, returning home to greet me with a morning kiss, and taking our daughters to school. You made it a point to attend practices, come back, and collect the girls from school when possible. Thank you for ensuring you were present for every birthday, dance recital, school award ceremony, show and tell, and any games our daughters participated in whenever you could fit into your schedule. This insight was remarkable, highlighting your profound change from a young man who had almost shattered our marriage through infidelity. The Kobe Vanessa portrayed was not merely around. He immersed himself in the everyday details of family life, defying all the typical notions associated with professional athletes and their priorities. However, the most surprising moment arose when Vanessa spoke about Kobe's personal evolution. During her speech at the Hall of Fame, she expressed gratitude for his commitment to learning from his errors and his relentless pursuit of self-improvement. This public recognition underscored that their marriage thrived because both had embraced the necessity of change. Dear Kobe, I appreciate you for being the remarkable husband and father you've always strived to be. Thank you for evolving and learning from your experiences. Thank you for your constant efforts to improve. Thank you for your unwavering commitment to our family. The sentiment of never giving up on us holds profound significance, especially in light of all we endured together. The sexual assault case from 2003, the acknowledged infidelity, the turbulent family issues, the divorce initiated in 2011, at any moment, either could have chosen to leave. However, Vanessa's insights show that Kobe battled for their marriage with the same passion he displayed on the court. Even more enlightening was her perspective on their relationship. She expressed gratitude toward Kobe for rarely denying her and often allowing her to have things her way, as well as for letting her shatter his illusions whenever possible. This painted a very different picture from the stereotype of an overbearing, authoritarian athlete that many anticipated. Rather, it illustrated a man who had mastered the art of putting his wife's joy first and discovering laughter within their interactions. I appreciate you for seldom denying me and allowing me to pursue my desires, usually. I'm thankful for your patience and relaxed nature. I'm grateful for letting me pop your bubble whenever I could. I thank you for accepting my sharp retorts with grace. However, the disclosures continued beyond Vanessa's public remarks. In the years after Kobe's passing, additional information surfaced about their bond that reshaped our understanding entirely. Legal filings from Vanessa's case against Los Angeles County indicated that she found out about Kobe's death via social media and TMZ instead of through formal notifications. Her first response wasn't outrage or disbelief. It was an urgent effort to safeguard their honor, even in the wake of tragedy. During her testimony, Vanessa disclosed that she had pleaded with Sheriff Alex Villanueva. "If you can't return my husband and baby, please ensure that no one captures their images. Please safeguard the vicinity." This wasn't merely a matter of privacy. It was about a devoted wife and mother striving to shield her family's memory from being exploited. The legal battle uncovered an astonishing fact. Vanessa secured $29 million from her case against Los Angeles County, but she chose to give every penny to charity. For her, this was never about financial gain. It was about holding others responsible and preventing other families from suffering as hers had. The depth of her legal triumph is further highlighted by the powerful testimony she offered during the trial. She recounted discovering Kobe's passing via social media and TMZ instead of through official sources. Her first reaction was to urge Sheriff Alex Villanueva to safeguard their dignity, even posthumously. Her statement exposed the profound pain she felt. "If you cannot restore my husband and child, then please ensure that no one captures images of them. Please secure the scene." The incident revealed that county workers exchanged distressing images from the accident scene, with some casually discussing them in bars and social events. Vanessa's heartfelt account illustrated her plea to authorities, highlighting her father's absence as a protector, emphasizing Gianna's fierce desire to safeguard her daughter's legacy from being misused. The monetary settlement went beyond mere compensation. It carried a profound statement. Vanessa's choice to donate all the funds demonstrated that her legal action wasn't driven by self-interest. The focus was on transforming her family's suffering into a catalyst for preventing similar heartaches for other families down the line. One particularly telling moment in their relationship emerged from what Vanessa recounted concerning their last exchange. She noted that merely a week prior to the tragedy, she and Kobe found themselves at their kitchen island, discussing his parents' involvement in his upcoming Hall of Fame induction. Despite a history riddled with tension and distance, Kobe intended to honor his parents during this monumental occasion, indicating a depth of forgiveness and personal growth that many may not grasp. This dialogue carries immense weight when reflecting on the evolution of their bond. Beginning as a young couple facing public disgrace and familial disapproval, they evolved into a committed partnership where Kobe earnestly sought to mend past rifts and welcome relatives who once turned away from his choice in a spouse. Yet, the insights into Kobe's growth as a husband reveal even more layers. Vanessa has disclosed that Kobe fostered an almost fanatical commitment to being active in their daughters' lives. This went beyond merely showing up for significant occasions. He engaged in the everyday moments that numerous famous fathers often overlook. She disclosed that Kobe had a method for balancing his rigorous timetable with family commitments. He strategically paired his workouts with school schedules, planned practices to fit school drop-offs, and took his family along whenever travel was on the agenda. This heightened engagement marked a stark contrast to the younger Kobe, who once placed his career and individual aspirations above family life. The change was so profound that Vanessa noted Kobe evolved into a more patient and relaxed individual, traits that appeared unlikely considering his famed competitiveness and fervor on the basketball floor. She expressed her gratitude for his patience with her sharp retorts and for his ability to handle her attempts to deflate his pride, indicating a relationship where his self-importance has taken a subordinate role in their union. "My spouse and I were gathered at our kitchen island, engaging in a discussion regarding my in-laws' attendance at tonight's enshrinement. I had invited them to honor their role in raising such an incredible individual. However, there's one more insight that transforms our perception of Kobe and Vanessa's bond. In recent times, Vanessa has had to confront a barrage of unfounded rumors, including speculation about her pregnancy in 2025. Her take on the swirling rumors, a straightforward meme shrugging them off, illustrates a significant shift in her character. The difference is notable when juxtaposed with her past reaction to Turmoil. Once, she felt the need to release extensive public declarations regarding her husband's infidelity. Now, she has embraced the strength of calculated silence. Her 2025 reply to pregnancy speculation was a brilliant display of contemporary crisis handling, employing wit and conciseness to undermine chatter without stoking the flames of rumor. This transformation reflects a deeper narrative about her personal growth. Having endured public disgrace, familial strife, and the heartbreaking loss of both her husband and daughter, the woman has forged an unwavering identity. No longer does she feel compelled to explain her choices or defend her actions to a world quick to judge. Recently, Vanessa has faced a wave of conspiracy theories and outrageous speculation surrounding Kobe's passing, including baseless assertions about the crash's details. In response, she has consistently chosen to concentrate on honoring his memory through the Mamba and Mambacita Foundation, instead of engaging with conspiracy enthusiasts or those seeking the spotlight. This commitment to the foundation has revealed the profound alignment in values shared by Kobe and Vanessa. The organization is dedicated to the advancement of youth sports and aiding underprivileged communities, missions that were close to Kobe's heart and which Vanessa has further developed since his passing. This initiative goes beyond merely paying tribute to his legacy. It's about pursuing the work they intended to accomplish together. Vanessa's choice to publish the book Mamba and Mambacita Forever in 2025 signifies a new phase in how she conveys their narrative. Instead of reacting to media speculation or external viewpoints, she's reclaiming their story and presenting it as she sees fit. The book reflects a deep insight into how Vanessa has navigated their shared experiences. She has transitioned from handling crises reactively to crafting narratives proactively, deciding what to reveal and when to share it. This marks a dramatic shift from the young woman who felt the need to respond to every scandal and rumor as they emerged. Most notably, Vanessa's proclamation that 2025 will be the year of the Mamba reflects her intention to honor Kobe's competitive spirit alongside their family principles. This transcends mere athletic accomplishments. It's about a mindset of excellence, development, and resilience that characterizes their journey together. The surprising insights into Kobe and Vanessa's relationship ultimately narrate a tale of change that extends well beyond mere celebrity intrigue or sports narratives. They depict a pair who are willing to evolve, adapt, and strive for a love worth preserving, all under the scrutiny of the public eye. The woman, who once candidly spoke about her husband's infidelities, battled familial conflicts on various levels, and endured both public disgrace and personal treachery, has embraced the strength of restraint. Her thoughtful reactions to rumors reflect a depth of wisdom and self-preservation that comes from overcoming the unthinkable. The essence of Kobe and Vanessa's relationship isn't captured by one revelation or scandalous comment. Instead, it lies in the collection of subtle moments Vanessa has opened up about. The early morning rises, the school runs, the dance performances, the soft talks at the kitchen counter. These were not the events that garnered attention, yet they were the ones that held the deepest significance. Their union was far from flawless. Vanessa acknowledged this herself, yet it was genuine. It was a love that was hard-won and transformed into something neither of them could have anticipated during their youth amidst controversies and family struggles. The unexpected truths of their bond uncover not fragility or turmoil, but evolution, healing, and a resilient love that withstands life's challenges. Currently, Vanessa pays tribute to Kobe's legacy through the Mamba and Mambacita Foundation and commemorates 20 to 25 years of the Mamba, illustrating that these surprising insights into their union signify victory over struggles, development over inertia, and love that reigns supreme. We appreciate your viewership. If you like this video, please select one of the boxes on your screen to explore more related content.